Okay, hello everyone and welcome back to another advanced tutorial for Injustice 2. In this episode we're gonna be covering a topic that is a little bit more specific than my previous one on hit confirming. This only applies to certain characters, however it is an incredibly useful technique which if you play one of these characters you should definitely implement. And this technique is known as tick throwing. So there are quite a few characters in the game that have command throws. A command throw is any special move that is a throw. It is executed like a special move, not like a throw that is done with L1. However, it is a throw which, if you're trying to block it, it's not gonna work because you're gonna get hit. So characters that are primarily centered around this mechanic are known as grapplers. Grapplers in Injustice 2 include Cheetah, Bane, and Swamp Thing. These are the main ones, and there are other characters that do have command grab moves, but are not primarily grapplers, which include Scarecrow, Cyborg, Harley Quinn I think has one as well. All of these characters can utilize this technique, and this technique is called tick throwing. This is something that only works in NRS games as far as I know, but in very simple terms, what it means is hitting your opponent while they're blocking with a normal and then immediately canceling that normal into one of your command throws, and it's gonna hit. It's gonna hit because your opponent is gonna be stuck in the block stun of one of these moves, and the command grab is gonna go ahead and hit them. Obviously, if I set him to just standing and I try to do this, it's not gonna work. So unlike many other characters that, confirm special moves from a hit, grappling characters confirm special moves off of block. Obviously, all of them have other options, like Cheetah has other special moves as well, but if you want to use her grabs, you probably want to tick them instead of just throwing them out like this, because it's not always guaranteed it's gonna hit. Basically, it's a lot more reliable of a way to have your command grab hit. Now, first of all, as you saw me screwing up there, the input for this is fairly tricky, especially if you want to do it off the down one. You have to get used to basically pressing down one and then immediately doing down, back, forward one. Because the way NRS games are controlled, you can't just have down one pressed, do the one, and then just do back forward one, because it's not going to work. You have to do down one, release it, and then go into the command throw move. I mean, as you saw by my inputs in the corner there, the inputs are fairly lenient, but it does take some practice. Like I said, all of the grappling characters can use tick throwing, but not all of them can use all their moves to tick throw, obviously. In fact, none of them can use all their moves. Each one is different. However, down one is always guaranteed to be a tick throw. Down two is always guaranteed to be a tick throw. I just missed that. Standing one is always guaranteed to be a tick throw. However, standing one is always a high, so that one is a little bit risky because there's a good chance it won't hit. I'm pretty sure, no, okay. So the jumping normals are not guaranteed. There is a gap there. However, you can use your jumping normals if you want, but I think your opponent will be able to poke through. In MKX, they were guaranteed off of jumps. And Cheetah is a bit of a special case because she has several other moves she can take. She can take two, her standing two. This is very good because this is actually a mid. And of course, mid is gonna hit everyone. However, if you play Cheetah, you know why that's not that powerful. She can also take off of 1-2. Now this is a fairly tricky input because if you're too fast, the game will register it as her pounce. If you're too slow, it's not gonna come out. To be honest, I've switched to Bane as my main grappler, so I have not practiced this a lot. But do know that you can do it off of 1-2. It's just I'm not able to because I probably need more practice. But yeah, that's Cheetah. Now you might be thinking, well, this is fucking strong. Like, how are you supposed to counter this? Just like with anything in Injustice, there is a counter for everything. Obviously, Cheetah is a special case because her command throws are lightning fast. We are gonna switch over to Bane in a little bit and show him off because he works a little bit differently. But because Cheetah's throws are so fast and they lead into a bounce if you spend the meter, the balance with her is that she has 2 command throws. I think you probably know this, like I said, if you play her, but if you duck, none of this is going to work. Even if you hit your opponent with one of the normals that you can take off of, it's not going to work. However, her other throw, her low throw, is going to work. So to balance Cheetah having such powerful command grabs, NRS made it that you have to basically make a 50-50 guess, just like if you were doing a low or overhead. And like I said, Cheetah is a bit of a special case because she is so fast with these, but the other characters do not need to do this because most of their command grabs are mids. There is, of course, another universal way to counter this. With Cheetah, of course, you could just make the right guess. However, the best and most reliable way, let me just switch over to Dark Side, to counter any character that is doing a lot of grappling on you, a lot of thick throws. First of all, I'm so bad at this. Okay. First of all, block mode always, especially when I'm talking, you know. Record, and let's have her do this. So obviously, if I just block this standing up, I'm gonna get hit. Again, with Cheetah I could do this. However, that's not gonna work with the other characters. You can always get hit. If you get hit, it's not gonna work. She's not doing it for some reason, I don't know why. But if you just get hit by the normal, it is not gonna work. However, that is a risky idea because almost every character has other options. They can go into a special move. So you don't want to do the tactic of just letting yourself get hit. The most reliable way is to jump. Even if you get hit by the move they're going to take off of, jumping is going to get you out of this. Let me show you that it works with the other one as well. If I have Dark Side duck and record her doing this, see, jumping is the most reliable and best way to counter anyone who's doing this. And of course, with jumping, you can punish. You can go do your jump 3. Most of the command grabs have pretty long whiff recovery. That's another balance. So jumping, you should get into the habit of jumping against opponents that are doing a lot of thick throws on you. And again, jumping carries its own risks, but you know, with throws having so much whiff recovery, you're gonna be pretty much guaranteed a punish. So let's cover another character that is primarily a grappler. The one that I play, Bane. Bane is an interesting case. He's a little bit special. He's special because his throw is a lot slower than any of the other characters. Like, especially compared to Cheetah, you'll notice how slow his throw is. This means that his ticks aren't actually guaranteed. If I go always stand before we record, let's switch over to Superman. He can still tick off of down 1. Oops. Hold on a second. Gotta put block mode always. He can tick off of down 1. His down 1 is a little bit weird because it's actually a low. But what I wanted to demonstrate is that you can actually poke through his command grab because it comes out so slowly on block. Bane, I think, is the only one that's a little bit special like this. However, let's look at this realistically. Realistically, Bane is covered in armor. If he even has Venom level 1 activated, if you try doing this, you are gonna absorb, or Bane is gonna absorb the armor and you're gonna get hit and you're gonna have a bad time. So while this is possible, it's not something you should do. Jumping out is a lot more reliable. Of course, the counter to this is that Bane's command grab is a mid. So whether Superman is ducking or standing, if he's blocking, he's gonna get hit. Just wanted to show this because as far as I know, Bane is the only character that has a command grab like this. Of course, Bane has a lot more powerful options. Like, he can down 1 into his air throw or air move. he can do his body slam, he can charge, so his command grabs are a lot more dangerous, even though looking at its speed, you might think that it's a lot worse than Cheetah's. So that is gonna cover tick throwing. It's very powerful. If you play any of these characters that I mentioned, and again, even like Cyborg or Scarecrow, practice it. It's gonna be tricky at first. It took me a long time to get the inputs consistent back when I played MKX. But once you get into the habit, you are gonna be doing a lot better and you're gonna hit these command grabs a lot more consistently. So this is gonna wrap up lesson 2. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. Thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this Injustice tutorial. If you found it helpful, do subscribe because there's gonna be more to come. Holy shit, that damage. But for now, that's it, and goodbye.